Welcome to BeerDisciples. I'm Ross Quintana.
I'm Rob Hubbard.
I'm Marie Hubbard.
Dominoes. Here we go. And this is Mokah from Southern Tier. On theirs, this is chocolate and coffee. For those of you guys who don't know, Southern Tier Brewing, 2002. The style is what I call a flavored Imperial Stout. And I kind of keep those in their separate category because they're always going to be a little bit, a chocolate stout or a something stout. You can't rate that against other just plain old stouts. Mm-hmm. So I put it in that. Top beers in the style of not necessarily flavored. They don't really have a flavored stout category in RateBeer, but or BeerAdvocate. But the Coggin Stormix Porter and Three Floyd's Dark Lord are top ones in this category. So. Let's crack it open here. I want to check the ABV at 11.2%. Sometimes you go to RateBeer and their information they have, like they had this at like 10.6, it's old. So, if they, maybe 3 years ago, that's what it was, and each year they might change the recipe. So,
okay.
We all had, together we had the double chocolate stout from Rogue, which people were claiming was better than chocolate, which 2 to 1 we disagreed.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we've all had the chocolate. You guys haven't had the Jahva yet.
No.
What's in the bottle here? We got malts, 2-row pale, 2-row barley, caramel, chocolate, black, roasted barley, and barley flakes. And hops are Chinook, Willamette, Cascade, and Columbus. And see, as we will do a little bit more in a series later, we'll be talking about the different types of malts. And what they do to the beer, and same with the hops, so people will get an idea of what all that stuff is. Additional ingredients on this is Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee and bittersweet Belgian chocolate. Okay, so let's take a look at the pour. I'm going to use my Sam Adams glass, which to me is one of the best all-around shapes, not best all-around beers, but best all-around shapes. It's got the best of both worlds there. We've also, in honor of the Southern Tier Brewery, have their Rustal glass there, so we'll be trying that. So let's get a look at this pour. I'm going to go right down the middle on this. Don't get a lot of head out of the Imperial Stouts a lot of times, so I get a little more aggressive so I can see. You see the two-tone, it's slowly moving up the bowl there. It's typical for what you would expect. They have beautiful beers, nice soapy head. It's not that moussey or anything, but it's soapy. And hopefully there'll be enough by the time we get down to the in there. Don't get too crazy.
Can put mine too.
Okay.
Oh, look at that, a gentleman. All right, and we're gonna get it in the Southern Tier glass there.
Like that.
All right. So you can see how, yours was a little soft there.
Yeah.
Tenderfoot. Didn't get much head on that one, but you got just about a finger width on that one. The color on that is, it's really dark. It's almost opaque with just a little bit of amber, a little bit of mahogany around the edges.
Yeah, you can barely see through it holding it up to the light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's solid, as all their beers are. Their Blackwater Series are always going to be solid. Pour-wise, I'm going to go about a 4 on that. I mean, it's pretty good. I could go maybe a 4 or 5, 45. 4, just the number 4 and 5 in any combination. 4.5 on that, really solid. Their chocolate is even more beautiful. And let's get the nose. See what we're dealing with. Ah, yes, welcome home. Welcome home, Quintana family, welcome home.
Smells like the chocolate one.
Yeah,
with a little bit of coffee.
Similar.
Lesser.
Uh-huh.
It's much lesser. Chocolate you can smell at arm's length. Like, this is like half of that. Same smell, but the one thing about the Jahva didn't have a big Jahva smell to it. Again, that was for me a little bit of a letdown. They should have really come on strong with that. And I'm not even really getting much of the roast notes on there. But in other reviews that I've seen of this this year, and it's young too compared to a little bit later, but it's not as roasty as I remember. I remembered last year was a lot more roasty, so I don't know if they changed the balance a little bit.
Okay.
But
I mean, I definitely smell roast. It's there.
it smells so good. I got to give it a 5 for smell, even as it stands, because they just do a great job on their beers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to taste here. Yeah, you get that coffee coming into there, and that roast, even a little bit on the finishing that you don't get from their chocolate. You know, their chocolate finishes real smooth.
Yeah.
This leaves you with that little bit of roast in the back. It hits you kind of up front with. It kind of hits you up front with a blend of the coffee, and then like smooth rivers of chocolate going over there, and then in the middle you get that on the outer edges, that little bit of coffee, that little bit of roast, and definitely the chocolate stands out the most in this profile. But you can taste the coffee. You don't smell it, but you can taste it in there.
Yeah, I would say it reminds me the most of the chocolate.
And you get a little bit more of the throat warming on this one than you do with the chocolate, even though I think the ABVs are pretty close.
Okay.
I think that the body of this isn't as, it's not like chocolate is like, it's like milk chocolate. It's like you're drinking chocolate milk. It's that thick and creamy.
Right.
Like this is, plus it's younger in the sense that, you know, it hasn't been out as long. So it, usually what I've noticed with younger beers is they tend to be silkier instead of syrupy, but still, this definitely has a lighter body, and it's probably because of that Jahva mix, which had a pretty light body.
Definitely taste the coffee.
It's still a great beer. That's what's funny, is the only negatives I usually have to say about Southern Tier in their big Imperial series is how it isn't as big as some of their other Imperial. It's never like, okay, Jahva wasn't like, didn't blow my mind that it was the be-all end-all coffee experience. Actually, I'm getting more coffee out of this one than I got out of Jahva by itself, which is kind of interesting. Maybe it's because of that backdrop of chocolate.
Because the chocolate's kind
is
of has
giving that
similar,
contrast, you know, to bring out the bitterness, you know, the sweet and the bitterness. But the thing is that, you know, even that is just an Imperial Stout is better than so many other Imperial Stouts that you just don't want to drink that much of. So I think this they do a great job. Carbonation's good, mouthfeel's good. I'm going to say an A, solid A, because I think it deserves it. The chocolate aspect of it alone, any beer, you know, we got all these beers, oh, it's got cocoa nibs, oh, it's got this, it's got that, and you can never taste it very much. So I feel like just for the chocolate portion of this beer, it's worth at least an A.
How would you say compared to the other one?
I like this one better than double chocolate, but it might be because I like coffee so much.
Better than double chocolate or better than the other regular, the Southern Tier chocolate?
The Southern Tier, whatever one, wasn't it double chocolate?
Double chocolate we tried last time.
Oh.
But you've had their regular chocolate.
Their regular chocolate. It's better than the regular chocolate.
Okay, because of the coffee?
Yeah.
That's what I figured. See, like,
Okay, so on this one, I'm going to have to say, I'm going to give it a solid A. I think this would be great after 6 months. It would give that body a little bit more development and smooth out, blend those profiles together a little bit. I'm going to say overall probably a 96, and for the style a 98. I think it's a great beer. It's more bitter than chocolate, and you know, a lot of people like chocolate better. You know, it's unadulterated pure chocolate, and some people, if you like chocolate but you wanted it with some roast, then here you go. And they do such a good job. I think that you can't, you know, you can't rate them too low because of what they put in the bottle. Their bad is still good. So, and I wouldn't say this is bad at all. I would put it that the chocolate was number one for me, then the Mokah, then Jahva, as far as those 3 series from the Blackwater. So, what do you guys think?
Maria?
I like it better than chocolate, but that's because I like the coffee. Yeah.
And I'm not a big coffee fan, so I don't like it as much.
Yeah. Well, I'll say definitely give it a shot if you haven't even had a Southern Tier beer. You owe it to yourself to give yourself that experience, and because they do such a good job, and they leave a huge footprint, whether you like it or not. They made something.
Yeah.
Unlike a lot of these beers where there's no identity to it, it's just it's brown water. So I respect that. Check us out on Facebook. Join the conversation. Facebook.com/the BeerDisciples. And leave comments below. Let us know what you think of the reviews of the beer. If you've reviewed the beer and you want to share your thoughts, then leave a video response. You can check us out you can email us at thebeerdisciples@gmail.com with suggestions, any type of beer trades, beer mail you want to do. Send us something to review. We're happy to do it. If you just want to suggest something for us to review, we'll listen. We prefer you to send it to us and buy it.
What?
That's right. And if you want to be a guest on the show, you're in Eastern Washington, then just hit us up and let us know. Until next time, I'm going to say cheers.
Cheers.